And we are back for our daily NBA best bets here on the channel for November 23rd. We've got a good amount of games today here in the National Basketball Association. Finally, you know, it's a personal thing, but finally the Lakers are playing. I mean, I've waited like 5 days to watch my team step on a court, and of course, we're playing the Jazz again. More on that at the end of the video. I don't know why they did that, but it's fine. We've got about 8-ish games today. We're going to talk obviously about 5 of them, starting with the earliest one in a second with the Miami Heat and the Philadelphia 76ers. And folks, before we get into the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily NBA best bets here on the channel. Obviously, different setup today. If I remember, hopefully I do, I will put timestamps in the description down below so you could obviously go to whatever bet you'd like to see with there being no graphics on the screen today. So if I remember, I will. If not, I apologize. I'll try to. Anyways, folks, again, hit that subscribe button down below for more. Earlier today, college basketball best bets were posted. Obviously, NFL predictions and best bets are on the channel as well, so go make sure to check those out before the games start today again in the National Football League. Okay, on to the first out of our 5 best bets for the Sunday, November 23rd slate. We're going to kick things off with the early game. I know the early game yesterday didn't go too well for us. James Harden decided to score 55 points. Thanks, man. It's fine, I guess. It is what it is. Let's hope we get better luck with the early game this time. I'm going with the Philadelphia 76ers minus 115 against the Miami Heat. Now, the Heat are coming off a huge victory on Friday in the NBA Cup over the Chicago Bulls, man. The Bulls are such a roller coaster ride. They won yesterday. Obviously, Vucci Maine was not very happy in the fashion that they beat the Washington Wizards, but hey, a win is a win is a win in the National Basketball Association, so good on Chicago for taking that one last night. But Miami's coming off a big blowout win over the Bulls. That game was not competitive. And sure, no Kobe White on the court, so it was really just how much can Josh Giddey do? How many points can Josh Giddey put up, or how good will Josh Giddey's triple-double look tonight, essentially, was that game. And the Heat ended up beating Chicago by about 30-plus points, 36-ish, I think, points in that one. Complete domination. The Heat are looking good. They've won 3 games in a row, beating the Knicks, beating the Warriors, and then obviously beating Chicago. The Heat are still dealing with their injuries. We're seeing potentially Tyler Hero's return is tomorrow. That was the rumored date, would be tomorrow against the Dallas Mavericks. I'm assuming Miami's back at home tomorrow. They are. So that'd be a great day to get Tyler Hero back. Rest of the team's on a back-to-back, but Hero's fresh, playing at a home game against a bad Mavs team, which, whew. Yeah, remind me not to ever pick the Dallas Mavericks to win a basketball game ever again. No Jaren Jackson, no John Morant, it doesn't matter. The Mavericks suck. So anyways, until AD comes back, we're not betting on the Mavericks. No, we're just not doing it. Anyways, though, Miami should have Tyler Hero back tomorrow against the Mavs. But for now, though, this is the last day I can say this, they're still very injured, right? No Andrew Wiggins tonight. Jovic still out. No Norman Powell. Oh, sorry, Powell is playing. He's probable. And no Tyler Hero. And yes, Norman Powell has had an amazing start to his Miami Heat career. Obviously, had the most points for a player. I think this has to be a real stat. It still feels very hard to believe, but I guess it's real. Norman Powell, the most points ever for a player in the first 15 games with a new team. Absurd stuff. Powell's been playing phenomenally. Obviously, Bam Adebayo, obviously, at the 5. You got Khalil Ware coming off the bench. You got Pele Larson starting at the 3. Jaquez, Davion Mitchell starting right now in the absence of Tyler Hero. There's good players in Miami, but the Sixers are heating up as well. I know Philly's actually, traded wins and losses in their last 6 games, but their wins do look impressive and do look good. Hell, the last game that they had on Thursday night, or was that Wednesday night, against the Milwaukee Bucks, we had Sixers money line. It hit for us in overtime on Thursday night. Great victory, man. Tyrese Maxey sets a career high in points in that game for the Bucks, or against the Bucks. 54 for Tyrese Maxey. Paul George doesn't want the washed anthem anymore. He's playing actually fairly good basketball right now. I can't call Paul George an unk right now because he's playing well. No Joel Embiid yet. Of course, the Embiid injuries are always a thing. Joel is still out with the knee injury for this game against the Miami Heat. VJ Edgecombe, the rookie out of Baylor, is questionable with left calf tightness. Again, calf injuries. I don't know how teams are going to approach those now. We shall see. Adem Bona still out, and obviously Kelly Oubre out as well. But it doesn't matter when you have Tyrese Maxey on your team. Man, Maxey is actually unbelievable. I don't know what Maxey's odds currently are to win the MVP. He should be there, and obviously he's not not going to get that type of recognition as a Luka Doncic, as a Nikola Jokic, as a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, obviously, because he's not in that tier of player just yet. But what Tyrese Maxey's doing right now, I understand his numbers kind of go down a little bit when Embiid comes back, but Maxey's been playing out of his mind. He's actually 5th right now in the MVP race behind SGA, Jokic, Luka, Giannis, and then Maxey. Giannis is still 3rd with the injury. I guess he is just that valuable to the team. Again, the Bucks suck without him. Where is Victor Oladipo? Just saying, Oladipo almost had a triple-double in just the first half yesterday in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Come on now. We need to get Vic in the NBA. I will say it every day until Oladipo's back in the league. Get Vic out of Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Regardless of all that, though. We'll see who Philly's actually putting on the court tonight. Paul George, though, I gotta say, Paul George is playing a lot better. And I gotta keep mentioning it. Well, actually, I'll get to him in a second. Quentin Grimes playing really good basketball. Grimes always in there to hit a big shot when you need him, hit a big three. Andre Drummond, surprisingly, has been very good. He's somehow found a three-point ball randomly. He's developed a three-point ball at this point of his career. Obviously, he's no Joel Embiid, but I will say Drummond's been doing a decent job in replacement for Embiid right now. I will give him a lot of credit. The guy I want to talk about is Jared McCain, though. Again, I like McCain quite a bit. He's slowly figuring it out, guys. Slowly figuring it out. Right, he was going from 0 points per game. Then he scored 5 against Toronto. Then 8 points in 13 minutes against the Bucks. He's getting a lot more comfortable shooting the basketball. Did shoot 7 3-pointers, only hit 2. I don't care. As long as he can get that in rhythm, I think McCain's going to be fine. I still do not know why Scotty Barnes blew him a kiss. That was really weird. But Jared McCain with a big game against the Milwaukee Bucks in albeit very short minutes. Again, I believe as McCain starts to get back in rhythm, obviously had the career-ending, it's not career-ending, season-ending injury last year. Once McCain gets back into rhythm, I think he's going to be fine. I'm seeing his TikToks. He's doing dances again. He's singing again in the hot tub. I think Jared McCain's back, okay? Slowly but surely, McCain's going to be fine. Unfortunately, he's not going to be a starter for this team anymore, but McCain's going to be a very good bench player for the Sixers for a long time. Give me Philadelphia here. I understand they're injured, but Miami is too, and as long as Tyrese Maxey's on the court, I gotta go with the Sixers. Philadelphia minus 115 on top of that as well. The Sixers are at home, so I am gonna side with them. Philadelphia and the city of brotherly love, they will win the basketball game at minus 115 on the money line. On to our second best bet of the video. Let's go to our first player prop of the day. We go to the matchup, a crazy matchup. Oh man, so pumped for this one. Between the Brooklyn Nets and the Toronto Raptors. I wonder who's going to win, because shout out to Toronto, they've been playing phenomenally right now. I'm going to be going with a player, though, in the Brooklyn Nets, and that will be Nick Claxton. Give me Claxton tonight over 22.5 points and rebounds. That's currently marked at minus 120 for the Brooklyn Center. They are playing Toronto. They are on the road. Claxton does have an injury tied to his name right now, but all things point to Claxton playing today. He's probable due to a left elbow sprain. I mean, I don't know when the last time I saw a player who was listed as probable not play, and that includes the NFL, that includes the NHL, that includes the NBA and the MLB. If you're probable, you play. I've never seen it go the other way. Honestly, like I've never seen a player go, actually, no. It's going to be random. I actually have seen a player go from doubtful to actually playing. Michael Pittman Jr. last season was doubtful all week, doubtful on Friday, and then all of a sudden, Pittman's playing. What? Anyways, that dude's a monster. I know it's not an NFL video. Pittman plays through everything. Regardless, though, give me Nick Claxton today over 22.5 points and rebounds. Should be an easy line. Really should. Over 22.5. Okay, Claxton, guys, is a 15 points per game type guy. Okay, 8 rebounds for a starting center in the National Basketball Association. Not that difficult. He averages, albeit, what this line is. Legitimately 23 PR. He averages 15 points and 8 rebounds. Okay, but look at what Claxton has been doing recently, and look what he's been doing on the glass recently. We're getting double-digit rebound games out of Nick Claxton, back-to-back, albeit both against the Boston Celtics, but 11 boards in the first game against Boston at the Barclays Center, and then over at the Boston Garden, Claxton's got 11 rebounds with 12 assists as well. Claxton with an 18, 11, and 12 triple-double in 35 minutes. They won that game. Shout out to Michael Porter Jr., man. What a hooper. But Claxton has, honestly, and I know again the rebounds have been big recently, he's more of a possibility to explode scoring-wise than it is with the boards. Obviously rebounds, you can say they're random, you can say it's positioning and it's winning the box-out battles. At the end of the day, it's hard to really count on rebounds. And that's why I will never bet straight rebound props unless it's a ridiculous line. That's why I will tie in rebounds, obviously, with points or assists, like you're going to see later in the video. That's why, for the most part, if I'm going to bet singles, or if I'm just going to bet a single stat, I'm going to bet points, I'm going to bet three-pointers, I'm going to bet assists. I usually will never bet just rebounds because they are a little bit hard to dictate, obviously, and they're hard to determine. It's dependent on the game, obviously. But PR is going to be fine because we know, again, that benchmark and that real floor, in my opinion, for Claxton is 8 rebounds. Pretty much every single game he's going to get 8 boards. And yes, is Toronto a good scoring team? 100%. They just played Toronto a couple weeks ago. Actually, last week. Claxton had 21 points and 8 boards. So that's like the perfect matchup for us, right? Rebound potential's there, and he should be able to score as well. Because honestly, again, I know Claxton's going to get the boards. It's just a matter of the points. And I think he is going to find a way to score against this Toronto squad. Igor Demon, by the way, this doesn't affect us too much because Igor Demon doesn't really score all that much right now. But Demon is questionable for this game with, let me get this right, a neck and jaw injury and mouth injury, is it? Neck, mouth, and jaw injury. What? Okay, yeah, all right. I don't know if Demon's playing or not, but I just thought I mentioned that. I saw that on Twitter on Underdog. I was like, what? That's real? Also, by the way, no Jakob Poeltl tonight. Who's starting at center for the Raptors then? Sandro Mamukelashvili. I can never say Mamu's full name. I just call him Mamu. Mamu might be starting at the 5 tonight? Ooh. Now, Mamu's a much different player than Poeltl, obviously, right? Mamu's going to stretch the floor. Mamu's going to be able to shoot that 3-point shot easily. It's a different defensive approach for Toronto. He does not play, for Brooklyn. He does not play the same defense, and he's obviously nowhere near as big and as much of an interior presence as Jakob Poeltl is. That's light work for us, guys. Mamu's 6'9". He's really a 4. He's a stretch 4, who the Raptors just say, okay, second rotation or second unit, he just comes in as our 5, and we just use him. We just play small with Sandro on the court. I assume he's going to start. Poeltl got injured in the last game. Who took his minutes? It was Mamu, because Mamu comes off the second unit. Your other center is Jonathan Mobo, I guess, but you're going to start Jonathan Mobo? Mobo's 6'9". It's not, he's really a 4. Colin Murray-Boyles last year had to operate as a 5 for South Carolina in the SEC, but this is not the SEC anymore. CMB's a 6'7" power forward, and he might not play either. It's going to be Sandro. Easy matchup for us, guys. Boards-wise, might be a little more difficult for Claxton, because if Mamu's in the game, the Raptors are going to spread everyone out, and they're going to force Claxton to play the 3-point line some. But I still believe there's going to be opportunities for rebounds. Offensive side of the glass should be all Claxton tonight. Who else is going to get boards for the Raptors today? And then defensively, or at least offensively, he should be able to score all day long against Mamu. Guys, Mamu averages 3 rebounds a game, albeit fair, not in big minutes. Still, though, he averages 3 boards a game. That should be a huge matchup for Nick Claxton tonight with no Jakob Poeltl in the lineup. I like Claxton, again, over 22.5 points and rebounds. That's listed at -120. He easily cleared this line in their last game against Toronto. He had 29, 28 PR. We should be able to get it again tonight. Claxton, again, over 22.5. On now to our third best bet of the video. We go to Cleveland, Ohio for the Los Angeles Clippers and the Cleveland Cavaliers. You thought I was not going to talk about the Clippers? Come on now. We will be talking about the Clippers. We will be talking about both Los Angeles teams. The LA Clippers. They did it to us yesterday. It is what it is. Just like how the New York Knicks always do it to me. It's just one of those teams, man. One of those teams. The damn New York Knicks. I can't wait for them to get eliminated this season. It was Tyrese last year. It's going to be Tyrese next year. It's going to be Trae Young again this season. Just you wait till Atlanta rolls the dice again and, watch Trae pull out this one too, at MSG. Just you wait. Just wait until Trae Young and the Hawks eliminate the Knicks in 5 or 6 games, okay? Just going to put that out there. It's going to happen. That'll be the 4-5. Atlanta will be the 5 seed. New York's going to be the 4. Atlanta's going to go in there and win. Okay. Anyways, though, Trae will eliminate them this season. I'm going to be taking we're going Cavaliers, Clippers. I know the Clippers didn't do great for us yesterday. We got destroyed yesterday, not going to lie. Shout out Russ randomly again popping off in the 4th quarter. But I'm taking Cavs -9.5. This is not my anti-Clippers agenda. This is not because I don't like the Clippers. I am using logic here. Guys, the Clippers are a 5-11 team coming off the second out of a back-to-back, where albeit they won, I'm saying albeit a lot today, where they did cover against the Charlotte Hornets, or win and cover. They won by 15 points. Huge, hard-done 55 points. The Clippers haven't won back-to-back games all year long, or at least since the very beginning of the year. What makes you think they're going to do it on the second night of the back-to-back? taking on a really good Cavs team. They're not going to be close in this game, and once they go down early, they will lay down for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I do believe that. I think they're going to completely just fall over for this team. We look at what Cleveland has. They are getting healthier. They're getting much healthier. Darius Garland is back. It feels like Garland's injured. I mean, watching that Pacers game and Garland's clutching his back again, I don't think he's 100%, but he's playing. Lonzo Ball is out tonight, obviously. Ball's role gets way more limited, obviously, with Garland coming back in the lineup. Ball is just out, though, due to injury management. No Jared Allen, that sucks. Allen is out with the finger injury, but obviously you still have one of the best defensive players in the association, Evan Mobley, starting at the 5. You have to mix up the lineup a little bit, obviously, with Allen out. I assume they're just going to go either... They'll probably go Dean Wade at the 4, and then bump, obviously, Mobley to the 5, and that's okay. I mean, Cleveland's still a very good team. We talked last season about how much I liked the DeAndre Hunter trade. Obviously, it was not enough for the Cavs to beat the Indiana Pacers and Tyrese Halliburton, but, you know, nobody was good enough to beat the Pacers last year until Halliburton's Achilles exploded. Pacers should be reigning champs, man. I do think about it quite a bit, not gonna lie. We were right there on the Pacers. It's okay. They'll be back next year, and just to lose to the Thunder again. Anyways, though, Cleveland should blow out the Clips tonight, 100%, man. Still no Kawhi Leonard. This is becoming a daily occurrence. Oh, when's Kawhi coming back? Well, it's not today. And the craziest thing is, like, there's going to be no, report. Oh, Kawhi is coming back today. I will be damned. I did not think he was coming back today. That doesn't matter to me. I mean, guys, I was going to say, too, like, when Kawhi does come back, he's going to play, like, 15, 20 minutes in his first game. That's what this is going to be. It's an adjustment game for Kawhi. He's not going to play big minutes. It does not change my opinion at all. It's at minus 9.5. I did not actually... Wow, I'm very surprised. I thought he was ruled out. He's playing. Okay. No Bogdanovich, though, today. One could argue the loss of Bogdanovich is a lot worse than the loss of Kawhi. Kawhi hasn't played. Kawhi hasn't played in weeks. And this is the thing. I was just going to say this, too, before I found out Kawhi's actually playing. That's my fault in that. Kawhi comes back, he just pops randomly out of nowhere. You get no update on the guy, and all of a sudden he's playing. I guess he's randomly returning for a game on the road against the Cavs. You know why he's returning tonight, guys? Look who the Clippers have coming up on their schedule on Tuesday. Los Angeles Lakers. That's why. Because, they need to get Kawhi back for the Battle of LA. Oh, who's the real king of LA? Come on now. Whatever. So they need to get Kawhi going for that game against the Lakers. They're going to pump him up with all the steroids and whatnot. Obviously, I mean, like, the anti-injury steroids and whatever. He'll play 40 minutes against the Lakers. Still, though, this is an injured Clipper squad, and you add Bogdanovich out of this equation. Not ideal. Hey, CP3's playing minutes now, right? Chris Paul announces that he's retiring after the end of the year. I thought he already announced that. I thought we knew Chris Paul was kind of going to retire. I thought so. Maybe not. He made the official announcement now. Chris Paul is retiring after the season. Can the Clippers please trade him to OKC at the deadline? Can we do that? Chris Paul is on this kind of retirement thing now, though. Like, you saw it yesterday in Charlotte. They gave him a standing O. He's probably going to start doing that around the league. You're probably going to see Chris Paul, honestly, check into most games now. Play at least, one little rotation in the first half so he can get a standing O. And one of the greatest players of all time, obviously. Unfortunately, no ring for him. They should trade him to OKC, and he can actually win one. I am so serious about that. I think the the Thunder really respect Chris Paul, and they would take him back in an instant. Even if he's never going to play, they would immediately say, "Oh, CP3, yeah, you want to sit next to the coaching staff, you want to help SGA, 100%." SGA really likes CP3 as well, obviously for what he did in 2020. Regardless, this Clippers team's not going to be competitive for the Cavs today, even in Kawhi's return. You get rid of Bogdanovich, Kawhi's back. Oh no, DeAndre Hunter is going to be on him all game long. Like, he's not going to do anything. Give me Cleveland here, minus 9.5. All fairness, probably my least favorite bet of the day, so I will say that right now. Not more so, I don't like Cleveland here. It's just, I don't like betting 9.5 because a lot of things can go wrong. I would bet it still, but it's just not one of my favorites today. What I do like is this one. Next up, from the Delta Center in Salt Lake City, Utah, we've got the Los Angeles Lakers going on the road to take on the Utah Jazz. LeBron James over 12.5 rebounds and assists. So RA for LeBron James over 12.5, RA at minus 130. This should be free. Absolutely. Okay? LeBron James had a below average rebounding game. And again, like I said earlier, rebounds are kind of random. LeBron only had 3 against Utah. And sure, Utah was hitting a bunch of their shots when LeBron was in. DeAndre Ayton makes up for a lot of the work that's done on the glass. I get that. LeBron James is still going to get rebounds. LeBron James is the 4 on this team. He's not going to play interior defense as much anymore, obviously. But maybe he will. We'll see. Again, we'll see what LeBron does this year. Because LeBron knows he's at a spot where, for the first time in his career, he's the number 3 option. At least, if LeBron wants to be the number 3 option, he can. If LeBron wants to be the number 2 option, he easily can. Honestly, he could probably still be the 1 now, but it's Luka's squad, obviously. And LeBron has made it very clear that it is Luka Doncic's team. It's just a matter of what do they want to do with AR. I think LeBron respects AR enough to the point where he is fine being number 3 behind him. We shall see, though. I loved everything about the Lakers-Jazz game. Yes, the Jazz were on fire early. Keontae George couldn't miss. Felt like kind of just a fake, who steps up against the Lakers type game. And I will give all the respect to the world to Keontae George. I think he's been playing phenomenally this year. He's having a great season. He's going to continue to have a great season. And the Jazz are very alive in the play-in race because there's going to be some bad teams in the Western Conference play-in this season. I loved everything, though, that the Lakers did. I really did. I love the fact that LeBron James can still take the ball up court, still make like none other. 12 assists, 11 points, obviously kept the 10-point streak going. Absolutely, man. I'm really happy where that team's going. Again, I will keep saying it. My concern is with OKC. I think the Lakers can beat anybody else in the league in a 7-game series, except for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Also, by the way, guys, if you still see LeBron James over 10 points anywhere, I would still take it. I know you might not get great odds. You might get minus 2,000 odds. He's going to score 10 points every single game. Bron cares more about that record than a lot of things in life. It's very important to him, and they're going to make sure LeBron James gets 10 points. The league will make sure LeBron James gets 10 points. If LeBron's ever at a point where he's at 8 points with 50 seconds to go, the league will tell the other team to foul LeBron James just so he can get to the free throw line, okay? LeBron will score 10 points in every single game for the rest of his career. Like LeBron, knock on wood, LeBron James could tear his ACL, and he would trot back onto the court, get to the free throw line and take a couple free throws and still score 10. Okay? It's his record. He's going to keep it. Anyways, though, we're not on point stay with LeBron. LeBron James, if he continues to do what he's doing, and I know it's just one game, I think Bron's going to average around 9 assists per game this year, 10 assists per game this season. And that's what LeBron has been doing recently, at least in Los Angeles. Bron has been a huge assists guy. 8 assists per game in each of the last 4 seasons for Bron. Rebounds-wise, Bron's usually a 7 to 8 rebound guy a game too. That's a 16 RA on a nightly basis. And sure, we're still dealing with post-injury LeBron. He is 40 going on 41 next month, or in exactly 5 weeks. LeBron James is 41, and there's no signs of slowing him right now. At least that's what we feel like. I think LeBron, I'm pretty sure, is coming back next season. Which team? I think it's going to be the Lakers. I think there's a lot of belief around the league. Oh, he's going to Cleveland next year. I think he's coming back, guys. I still believe that. Non-Lakers fans will have you believing that LeBron's leaving. His son's in the team, and his good friend is the coach. Why would LeBron leave? Why? We'll see. There's a lot of season left ahead. Unless he goes to OKC, there's no great place to win a ring right now. So why wouldn't you stay on a team in the Lakers that are literally based around you and have done everything to make you happy? I think LeBron's going to stay. Anyways, though, I know, again, we are on potential short minutes. Bron's played 30 minutes in his first game. He said he had baby lungs. He said, it's going to take him a while to get back in NBA shape. He played 30 minutes against Utah. And yes, we are at elevation tonight in Utah, up in the mountains. I get that. I still think LeBron's going to play about 30. I think the score is going to look kind of similar to what it was on Tuesday's game. I think that Utah's going to be competitive early. I think the Lakers are going to pull away late. And I know the Lakers had trouble in Utah last season. That was a game where we saw Bronny James scored 10 points in garbage time right before the All-Star break. And the Lakers lost that game, obviously. Same type of deal. They won the game at home, and they went to Utah and got beat up. It was weird. I don't know why they always have us do this with the Jazz. I think we'll be fine, though, tonight. I think the Lakers are going to win, but I think it's going to be a game that, yes, will be competitive until the fourth quarter, and that's when the Lakers pull away. However, again, that's going to require LeBron James, Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves to play the entire basketball game, and that is going to make up, again, for the LeBron RA. Again, line is set at 13.5. LeBron James, or 12.5, we need only 13. LeBron James had almost 13 assists by himself, obviously with no rebounds. He had 12 and 3. And I expect that assist line to potentially go down a little bit. I don't think LeBron's going to average 12 assists per game, but I think he's going to average about 8. Rebounds-wise, that's a low rebounding game for LeBron. And yes, DeAndre Ayton's going to make up for a lot of the rebounding opportunities. I get that. Braun's going to get back to around that 6 rebound mark. I think that's going to be kind of his baseline. It's going to be 5 or 6. And I think we can expect 8 assists too. So again, floor for us, I believe tonight is 8 assists for Braun, 5 rebounds for Braun. And I think the sky is really the limit for that as well. I don't know if we're going to see a triple-double out of LeBron tonight, but you know it's going to happen eventually. Oldest triple-double ever. I think, again, 8 assists is a good benchmark to look at for Braun, and 5, 6 rebounds is good too. So we should be fine tonight. I absolutely love this line for LeBron James against the Jazz. Jazz, again, fast-paced team. They play quick. They put up a lot of shots, a lot of opportunities for boards, a lot of opportunities for assists. I love overs against these type of teams. Utah, Chicago, Indiana, Atlanta. We should be fine here. LeBron James over 12.5 rebounds and assists on the road in the Delta Center. On to our final best bet of the video. I hinted at this actually a little bit earlier today in our college basketball best bets. Again, if you haven't checked out that video yet, make sure to go see it. Linked in the description down below. We're talking about a similar matchup, actually, with Old Dominion basketball. Yes, we had ODU today on the road to cover 3.5 points. And I mentioned it's a very similar situation that we have today with the NBA. And with the final game tonight in the association, that's going to be the San Antonio Spurs going to Phoenix to take on the Phoenix Suns. And yes, I compared ODU's spot at plus 3.5 to San Antonio's spot at plus 3.5. I said earlier about Old Dominion, I believe they are the better basketball team in that game. I believe they're the better team. I would pick them to win on the road. I'd pick them to win in a neutral site, and I would pick them to win at home. Same thing about the San Antonio Spurs against the Phoenix Suns. I get it. Victor Wembanyama's out. I get it. No Stephon Castle currently. Dylan Harper out as well. The Spurs are winning without those guys. And obviously, yes, you cannot make a push and you cannot win 7-game series without Victor Wembanyama in the lineup. However, look at the way De'Aaron Fox is playing currently. I was a little skeptical of De'Aaron Fox, considering I was like, oh, well, look, Stephon Castleman Rookie of the Year last year. Dylan Harper looks good. Is there really a need for De'Aaron Fox anymore? Well, I don't know about a long-term thing. De'Aaron's 27, and obviously Castle and Harper are, what, 19 and 21? 20? 21, I think, and 19? De'Aaron Fox still has it, obviously. It's just a matter of, does San Antonio kind of sell high on him and say, okay, well, we have younger guys that can do what you do. But De'Aaron's been playing really well the last 4 games with all these injuries. De'Aaron Fox against the Warriors, 33 minutes, 24 points, 10 assists. Kings game, 35 minutes, 28 points, 11 assists. Against the Grizzlies, 26 minutes, or 26 points. And against Atlanta in their last game, 31 minutes, 26 points, 9 assists, 5 rebounds, 3 steals. Yeah, he's playing really good ball right now. And oh, by the way, last 3 games, again, all victories for the Spurs against Sacramento, against Memphis, and against Atlanta. It's been a lot of De'Aaron Fox. Devin Vassell's been playing all right. Keldon Johnson's doing a great job, obviously in relief and getting way more minutes than he was expected to. Luke Cornett's just kind of doing his thing at the 5. How about Julian Champagnie? He does nothing but shoot 3-pointers, and he is money from beyond the arc. Same with Vassell. Harrison Barnes has been playing all right. I like what San Antonio's doing. Sure, again, they are not a serious contender without Wembanyama, but obviously this is just a couple-week injury. I think they're able to hold their own against Phoenix, a team that is massively overachieving. Good on them, man. They're winning. Good on the Suns, right? They get that big come-from-behind victory. They were winning early against Minnesota. Minnesota comes back. They are up 6 points with a minute to go. You think they are easily going to take it against Phoenix on the road in the NBA Cup, and they just blow it. Everything that could have gone wrong, we had the Timberwolves, everything that could have gone wrong for the Minnesota Timberwolves in Phoenix did so against the Suns. So the Suns win the basketball game. They have now been winners in, oh goodness, what is it? 7 out of their last 8 games. Only loss was a spot where we actually had the Atlanta Hawks to beat him. It was a game that the Suns blew a lead. Atlanta won. I gotta give credit to the team. They're playing really well. I do think they're overachieving, though. I think they're getting by in the weirdest ways. I mean, they went to Portland and won. We know the Blazers are very fraudulent. But they're doing this with Grayson Allen out. He's still out tonight. Ryan Dunn's been kind of injured. And Jalen Green, who's their second best player, played 2 games against the Clippers, and he's out for a couple months. They're doing this with Devin Booker, Dylan Brooks, Royce O'Neal, Mark Williams, Colin Gillespie, Jordan Goodwin, Oso Iguodala. Good on them. They're winning. Against better teams, though, they are going to fall. And yes, they have already beaten San Antonio this season. That's my point. They're not beating San Antonio twice. They had the same spot. In Phoenix, they beat the Spurs 130-118. Obviously, Wembanyama played, but De'Aaron Fox was still out. I think with De'Aaron in and Wemby out, I believe that San Antonio gets them. Also, too, Same thing as Old Dominion, like I mentioned earlier. We don't even need the Spurs to win. We just need them to cover. So I'm getting 3.5 points for the Spurs. I believe it's an ultra competitive game, and like we see a lot with Phoenix, they just play tight games. 1-point victory over Minnesota, a 2-point loss to Atlanta, and those are just in the last 3 games right there. They play a lot of tight games. The way De'Aaron's been playing and the way that the Spurs have been shooting, they should be able to stay in the game as well on the road. And Phoenix is 2 teams that really like to shoot the 3-point ball. I think we could get a competitive game either way. San Antonio plus 3.5 here on the road against the Suns. Folks, thank y'all for watching our NBA Best Bets here on November 23rd. If you have not yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. We'll be back tomorrow for more daily NBA Best Bets. And go make sure to check out our college basketball Best Bets linked in the description down below as well. Folks, thank y'all for watching, and Mamba forever.